guiding light.
Good morning and welcome to the My Tarot Morning Reflection, where we can sit back, listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean and just take a breath. So, I hope everybody's doing well. The sun is shining, the birds singing. It's starting to get a little bit chilly here in Maryland. So Mina is very happy about that. So here we are with our chance to just put our feet flat on the floor, get our butt comfortable, shoulders relaxed. How's that neck doing? And just a reminder that it's okay to take 15 minutes out of our day somewhere just to take a breath. So, the question is, what does the universe have for us today? And how do we want to confront the universe? A good way to do that is to do a morning meditation of some type, or whenever we get a chance, where we just sit down, breathe and listen. So maybe if we have any anxieties or any angers, if we're looking at it in the morning and we reflect on it, maybe if something would normally trigger us during the middle of the day, we will have taken a time to say, you know what, I'm just going to step outside and take a breath. I already thought about that today. So what does the universe have for us today? Let's see. Yeah, I feel good. I actually went out and had breakfast before this. Made myself some eggs and toast and coffee. Makes me bright-tailed and bushy-eyed. Okay. So, here I am, and I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. Each one a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different conversation, a different path. Because this stack here will lead down one path, this one a different path, each one of these being a different conversation. So, you know what, this morning, let's go with the bottom stack. The one that's underneath, I like to think of as if things that might be underneath influencing us that we might not see or notice. So, I'm going to do our 3 in 1. Okay, so flipping each one over like a page in a book. Ooh, the first one is the 9 of coins. Coins, home, health, finances, all those things that keep us grounded. And nines is about fulfillment. 9s is about achieving something and the independence that comes from it, where when we work hard, and it's not that we've got money in the bank, and it's that we have a space here that we can call home. But it is, as far as finances and homes, it's a good card. We have the Lovers. So the Lovers card, a lot of people look at it as relationships, but it's also about making choices. So when we see this card, we want to think about the choices that we have coming up. And then what I like to say sometimes is that if we don't make the choice will be made for us. In the original card, you had a person in the middle here, and they had a choice between an older, probably somebody who's widowed, an older woman, or somebody who's their age, younger and attractive. And we know that the parents probably would want them to make the choice for the older widow because they're landed, they have money and things like that. And again, we have the younger, attractive one here. But the thing is that, see the angel that Pamela Coleman Smith put here? This used to be a Cupid. Cupid had an arrow. And Cupid was going to make that choice. And the way I look at this is that as we're looking here, and Eve's got her choices to make, and Adam's got his choices to make, is that sometimes if we don't make a choice, choices will be made for us. Then the Nine of Cups. So when I see something like this, it's almost like it's a scale. So nines, again, nines are fulfillment. Nines are a completion in its own. Cups are spirituality, emotions, feelings, all those things like that. But sometimes when people see the 9 card, they look at it as traditionally as the wish card. Other people will say it can also be about being smug. Because if you look at this person here, they just kind of have this self-satisfied look. So, until we turn this card over, but right here we have a choice. We have the home, health, finances, and then we have this spiritual side, and we have some kind of a choice to make. So what is the advice card going to be telling us? What is the choice of, what can the choices be between the coins, the pentacles, or the cups? I'm curious to see what this is going to be. So we have the 5 of Cups. And if you look at this card, you can see that this person is actually in mourning. And again, Pamela Coleman Smith did a beautiful job with this card. Because as we see here, we see 3 of the cups have been spilt over. And this person is obviously mourning some kind of a loss. And sometimes when we mourn a loss, we don't realize, but there's like 2 cups behind us still. We still have, something. We haven't lost everything. And it's one of those things where sometimes, like Pamela or Helen Keller said, God doesn't close one door without opening another. It's one of those things where sometimes we just are staring so hard at what we lost, we forget what we have. So today, as we're looking at this, and as we're starting to complete a new cycle, we have choices to make. Okay, so from the 9 we go to the 10s. 10s we start over. Here we have this home that we've built up. And again, home is not just money. It's these things that keep us grounded. It's the friendships. It's our health. It's things like that. And when we find ourselves where we have made our hula hoop, whatever's in our hula hoop is our home, we have choices to make. And this is saying that, you know what? We can sit where we are for now, but we always need to move forward. And so we have time to take a look at our next phases. Okay? We have a chance to take a look at where we might be going and reflect on where we were. Because again, we have 1 through 9. We can live in the nines for a while. The nines become the tens. But now's the time to start looking at what is the next phase. What choices do we have coming up? Not today, not tomorrow. What are the choices that we have coming up? And this is almost as if we're preparing for our next move. You know, this is one of those things where it's a reminder that, you know, what we do tomorrow begins with today. So today, as we look at our choices, we need to start looking at what we might need to put behind us. Be willing to mourn those things as we live in and find that space with a spiritual sense within the coins, within our home and health and finances and stuff. And today is just the day to say, okay, I'm going to start planning for tomorrow. Sometimes maybe we need to realize that it's like we can stay where we are. And why do we do that? Because we don't want to lose what we have. And sometimes it's more comfortable to just stay where we are. But choices either going to come along and they're going to be made for us, or we take the chance to say, you know what, it's time to leave these things behind with the recognition that we still have the other two cups behind us. Again, it's reflecting on the good that we do have in our lives and just preparing for what we might want to let go so that we can start a new chapter in the near future. And so with that, I hope everybody here has an amazing day, an amazing rest of your evening, night, morning. And I have to say that I'm feeling much better. So after vacation, I tell you what, getting myself back in gear, making breakfast like I did for this morning. Wow, it was a slow start, but with this, I am going to be here again tomorrow. And again, thank you all very much, and take care of yourself.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the